I'm going to do another garden tour. It's been 3 weeks, I believe. So look how much these beans has growed. I actually picked about a quart bag of beans yesterday evening, but it is loaded. I left some of the smaller ones yet, but I think the next picking, I'm going to be getting out the pressure canner. This is an 8-foot bed, and it is just loaded. This one here, this middle part was stunted a little bit, but they're starting to come back, and I'm getting blooms. They're starting to really do good. These are the contender beans, and these are Blue Lake. Blue Lake has white blooms, and the contenders has purple. You can hear the little pollinators in there doing their thing. So I'm just right on the verge of canning. Now these peppers aren't looking too good. I still don't know why, unless they're just holding out for hotter weather. I mean, they're getting some growth to them because they was small like that one in the center. So they are growing. And over here, these are the celebrity tomatoes. We just added more organic fertilizer and worm castings and a little more dirt on top just a couple of days ago. They're holding their own. They just don't seem to be growing like my other tomatoes. They look like they still need something, but like I said, it's only been 2 days, I think, 2 or 3 days since we added more fertilizer and worm castings and dirt. So, I mean, we do have a little mushroom-like thing growing there, so that means the soil is pretty good. Here's our latest sweet potato bed. They are finally starting to take off. I've lost one right here, but I had a critter come in here and dig all this up, and that one was the sacrificial plant. But the rest of them are doing good. This is a yellow squash, yellow crookneck squash. Actually, there's 2 in there. I don't know how that'll do. I might have to end up getting one out. This little plant here, it was only about half that big when I put it in there, but he's growing. I'm anxious to see if it comes out of it. Now this one over here is zucchini. Like I said, I put 2 seeds in there. I need to get rid of one of them, but they're coming up really well. Here's another yellow crookneck. Now this one here is doing really good. Now I bury these 2-liter bottles at an angle because I don't have a drip system on these. So I just fill that up when it gets dry, but we've had this drip system in almost for 2 months and haven't been able to use it because we've just had so much rain. I mean, I know a dry season is coming, but right now the good Lord's providing. We ringed some of our onions the other day, and they're starting to bulb pretty good. You don't have to ring them. The onions are still good to eat, all of it. You can eat the tops, you can eat the bottoms, but I would really like some good size onions this year. There's one that's going to be pretty big. Kelly from Red Tool House, I had sent her a comment on her page. Go check her out. She is got a lot of information. But she had said she topped hers because they was falling over so bad. Which you can see here, I've got one that I need to cut, but she just cut some off, and that's what I did. I like it a lot better than having them all laying over. So I really appreciated getting that little bit of information from her. She's very knowledgeable. Here is my first sweet potato bed. This is the Beauregard variety, not revival. They're putting on a lot of runners now. They're doing great. They're loving this warmer weather. So I'm excited to see how good these look. Now this one over here is the O. Henry white sweet potatoes. They're just now starting to run. They'll be filling this whole bed out pretty soon. There's another mushroom. So as you can see, something's been digging in here last night. I don't believe it's cats. Now there was cats in my sweet potato, or not my sweet potato, my strawberries a while back, and we put this netting system up. All it is the jumbo paint sticks, and then I cut slits in the fun noodles and cut them in half, and then drape my netting over it to keep them from touching the plants. They're doing great. I did open this side up so pollinators can get in, but these was bare roots. I bought them off of Amazon, and all but just a couple of them, and they're doing great. And it's keeping the critters out. Now here's my other peppers. Now these are doing better than the other bed. I don't know why. It's got the same exact dirt and everything in it, but these are doing pretty good. Now these here, I think these are going to be the colored peppers, red coral bells. And them others was California Wonder. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Now our potatoes, I dug two or three hills yesterday because they was dying, and I needed some potatoes for, we like taking yellow crookneck squash, young ones, slicing them up real thin, and then we fry potatoes. And when the potatoes get done, we throw in that sliced squash, and it gives the potatoes just a slight sweet taste, and they're so good fried together. So I needed a few potatoes because I won't buy potatoes in the store if I can help it. Whatever we have canned is what I'll use whenever we run out of fresh. So that was a tasty treat yesterday. Husband really enjoyed it. We're about a week or two away from digging this bed, and then this is going to be a cucumber bed. We're going to amend it and get some more pickles in here because I got to can a lot of pickles this year. Now this is our Bonnie Best tomato plant. It's showing off just a little bit. It is getting really tall. Blooms are starting to come on. I've been looking for little tomatoes. I haven't seen any yet, but it is gorgeous. These are my Romas. They're San Marzanos. When I planted these, they wasn't very big, 4 or 5 inches tall. And they didn't look real good. I think I had let them get root bound, but you can't tell it now. They are really doing good. We got in here yesterday and clipped some of the vines because they need airflow, but that one there I actually probably need to do again. We didn't pull suckers this year. Every year we pulled suckers, and we wanted to do an experiment by not, because the last couple years pulling suckers we haven't got that many tomatoes, and I need to can as many as I can. So, but they look great. They're so deep and green. They look really good. Now the next ones here is called Abe Lincoln's. Blooms starting on them. They're getting pretty big. They're probably, I don't know what, 2.5 feet tall already. This one's probably 3 feet tall. They're beautiful and green too. They're really starting to take off. They all like the heat. This one here is beefsteaks. They're doing well too. This one here stayed so tiny for so long, but it's trying to catch up with them now. Good green color again. Seeing some blooms start on them. I'm really happy with how they're doing. And then here is our cucumbers. I had put this little fence up thinking it'd be a barrier to help keep in the vines, but my husband said the other day, he said, I don't think that's gonna work. I mean, it's gonna help, but they're still gonna go over. I've got a little bit of pest pressure, but not bad. My husband found a couple little baby cucumbers in here the other day. Little blooms starting there. I forget the variety of these. It was a new variety because I want to say they're Market More. But one side is a pickling and one side's a slicer. I know putting them in the same bed, they're going to you really shouldn't stay seed because they could cross-pollinate. But I can my slicers just as much as I do the picklers. And I always have really good luck with them. We're still eating last year's pickles and they're good and crisp. So that really don't bother me. But yeah, they're doing really good. All them blooms, I'll probably be seeing pickles in a couple of weeks. And then my Shasta daisies are blooming. This one here is looking so lush. I still can't remember the name of it. It feels rubbery. And then my flowers are doing great, and my green stalk. But that's about it. We've already talked about next year getting some herbs. I want an herb area. And I also want to get some tame blackberries in here. And I think we're going to put it over there in that empty space next to the compost. But that's about it for our little raised bed garden tour. Everything's growing. I was excited to pick those beans yesterday. I'm getting excited to start canning, even though every year I feel overwhelmed when I do can, like I'm never going to get done. But it puts food on the shelves. So I hope everyone has a great rest of their day. And if you like this kind of content, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And until next time, bye for now.